Hello friends, I'm Rosa, welcome. So, it's not really been a while since the last book haul. I'm not gonna lie, that was in January, okay? But I got new books, so we have some stuff to talk about. I have been so slow at recording since I started school. However, I will try to catch up with everything. I got a wrap up incoming as well, but first of all, I wanted to get these books out of the way, not like, you know what I mean? So I can put them on my shelves and stuff and they don't take up a lot of space in my book cart. Well, frankly, I don't know if they will fit on the shelves, but I'll try to make it work. So I have 20 books that we're gonna go through. Some of them are special editions, there's one deluxe editions, and then there's a lot of paperbacks as well. And I will try to leave links to all of the books down in the description box as well if you want to go check them out, because summarizing books that you've not read is incredibly difficult and it'll end up in chaos. So proceed at your own risk, but also they are linked in the description. We're starting out with Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree. And you're probably wondering, Rosa, you did not enjoy Legends and Lattes that much. No, I didn't. I got this because we were reading it with the book club and then I read 44 pages and I thought, you know what? I'm actually kind of bored. So I stopped reading it. I'm saving it just in case. Okay, just in case. I'm saving it. I gave it a shot. It didn't work out for me this time, but maybe at some point I will be in the mood to give it another go. Do I fully know what this is about? No, because it's the prequel to Legends and Lattes, so you still follow Viv, who's the orc from Legends and Lattes, but other than that, don't really know. I just know that's like a cozy fantasy, so everything is very low stakes, and Legends and Lattes was about them building this like coffee shop. I wonder if this is more like her reading books and maybe starting a bookshop or something. I don't really know. Anyway, high fantasy first love secondhand books. Oh yeah, she does have a love interest in Legends and Lattes, but I'm kind of wondering if she's gonna get another love interest in this one. I don't know. So, but yeah. Spending her hours at a struggling bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing Viv would have predicted, even though it may be exactly what she needs. A summer fling. So yeah, there's a little, like a dash of romance in there, but I think it's like, here's my day. I go to the bookshop, we talk a little bit about my past, stuff like that. Anyway, then I got Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This one I got in Oslo, actually, in the airport, more specifically, I think. I can't recall. So this is the read-along book, the secondary book for the book club this month. So I have to start this. I was going to start it yesterday and then I realized that I don't have tabs ready for it. So I'm going to start it today after I put tabs. Like I like to match my tabs with the cover. As an example, you see what I mean? I like to match them because it's cute and aesthetic and I like it. It makes me happy. But when I was lying in bed yesterday, like ready to just lie there and calm down and everything, I realized that I didn't have tabs ready for this one. So we're gonna give it another go today after I have fixed the tabs. Do I fully know what this is about? No, but I think it's a small town romance. It's got to do with a rodeo guy or something. Maybe I'm mixing it up with someone else. I might be. I just saw like cowboy hat and I'm like, okay. Plus I really like these covers. Like they're so retro in a very, very pleasing way. I really like these covers. They're unique, I think. As someone who definitely likes cartoony covers for contemporary romances, it's also nice to see like a different twist on the cartoon, you know? Or the cartoony vibe. For the first time in her life, Clementine Emmy writer has no idea what she's doing. Oh my gosh, you and me both. Emmy's older brother's best friend. Okay, so it's about, she likes to ride horses. I don't really know why she's made a career for herself by riding horses, but she's had an accident and has to go back home to her small town where she came from. And then there's the bar owner who's a little bit of a grump, maybe, notorious bad boy and bachelor, or not necessarily a grump, but he does like poking fun at her. And so they have a bit of history. He's the older brother's best friend. There's a whole thing there. He's like the unofficial fifth member of the family, which I hope doesn't get awkward. Like, as long as you don't call each other siblings, whatever. I don't think it's that kind of romance. Anyway, so when she comes back, they haven't seen each other for years. And he's like, oh, someone's looking good. Anyway, so done and dusted. Dusted, by the way, means that you've fallen off your horse. It says so It says so, hold on. It says so right here. Dusted, Western slang, verb, to be thrown from a horse, which is why it's called done and dusted. So, the contemporary small-town romance. Oh my gosh, I almost knocked over my glass. My sleeves today are floppy, making accidents. Okay. We have Unwanted by Mia Sheridan, which is also one of the books that I got while I was in Oslo in January. This, I believe, is like, there's a bit of a mystery to this. Contemporary romance, but with a mystery, some suspense thrown in there. Some people have said that it does kind of remind them a little bit of Archer's Voice, because there is this guy that is living kind of isolated from everyone else. And then there's a girl who's slowly like making him open up and stuff. But aside from that, there's a mystery to it as well. But is he truly the wild man he appears to be? A cold-blooded killer, an innocent victim, or a perplexing mix of all three? So we got like a man lost in the forest, or he's been like living in the forest for a while. I don't know how they're gonna come across each other, but I am ready. If it's anything like Archer's Voice, I'm like, yep. I really liked Archer's Voice. So as long as it's not the exact same, like, you know, it's okay if it's close, just not the exact same. We don't want copies, we just want more of the same flavor. You get what I mean? So Unwanted by Mia Sheridan. I think it's a newer one as well of hers. I've been sort of on a mission to get all of her books. Originally self-published in 2021, but it was updated and published by Bloom Books in 2024. So, yep. Unwanted. Then we have one that I feel like a lot of us have been waiting for many years by now. Heavenly Tyrant by Jiranjay Zhao, which is the sequel to Iron Widow. So we've been waiting for this for a little while. I also got this while I was in Oslo. I saw that they had it for like no money. Books were so cheap in Oslo. Like what? Like half the price of what they cost in Denmark. So I went a little bit overboard. My mom is in Norway at the moment. She's bringing me home 4 books. I now have a book pusher in the shape of my mom. Do you know when you open a page and the first thing you see is your own name? And then you read Rosa Luxemburg, thank you. And I'm like, okay, so that's so not me. That is so not me. Someone I respect a lot, we'll say, but it's not me. In this one, you actually got pictures of the different mechanic animals. I will, or I forgot what their names are. Like what the mecha suits, or you know what I mean? From the first one. It's a bit hard to explain what the first one is about, but we have our lead girl who is living in a patriarchy, where the guys are basically like, they're in these suits, okay? And to make these suits run, they're like mech suits, mechanical suits, mecha suits, yeah, that kind of thing. They need to like basically drain the life force out of women or girls. And so one of our lead girl's friends was put into this program and ended up being killed by a guy in the program because he took it too far, and she ended up dying because of it. And so she's decided to participate in the program and become one of these girls who's like providing energy to make this suit run, in the hopes of being paired up with this guy so that she can kill him and get her revenge. And so when she gets there, it's certain things happen. She ends up being like one of the most powerful people they've ever had in one of the suits, and that's a problem because she's a girl. These suits are not supposed to be, she's supposed to die, but she survives, which is why she becomes an Iron Widow. And so there's a whole thing, and there's this guy as well. Is it that guy? I can't remember if it's that guy. It might be that guy. He's got some issues. And so they like, there's a bit of like an enemies situation. It's a whole thing. And the twist at the end, I'm like, yep, I'm looking forward to, or twist. Well, it's a bit of a twist. There's a bit of a cliffhanger at the end that'll take you by surprise. So it's a bit of a twist. And I'm like, oh, and then we had to wait for like 3-4 years for this one, 3.5. So yes, but anyway, sorry for the summary of that one, because it's always I always found it difficult to summarize Iron Widow. I don't really know. I also got Quicksilver as a paperback while I was in Oslo. So it's another one of my Oslo books. And I had actually read the rest of this while I was there, and really was just like, I need to get a copy with me because these are expensive in Denmark, not so expensive in Norway. Norwegian people, I do not care what you say. Okay, your books are cheap compared to Denmark. This is like, wait, hold on. This was 199 Norwegian krona. This is 200 Danish krona if you buy it off of the biggest book bays in Denmark. Which means that they cost the same, except that they don't, because a Norwegian krona is like worth 68% of the Danish one. So do the math. Books in Denmark are so expensive. Anyway, I got this home with me and I'm so happy because I love this book so much. Quicksilver is a romantasy. We follow our lead girl who is a thief. She's kind of had to resort to thieving because she's grew up with her brother in the very, well, most humans are struggling because stuff that's happening in this world. They're struggling, they don't have a lot of food. We're talking like they don't even have water and stuff, basic human needs. And so to survive, to live. And so she's resorted to thieving, to stealing. And one day she steals a glove from one of the queen's soldiers. She ends up in trouble because of this. And essentially she somehow ends up summoning this guy who's a fae warrior with black hair. He's his one. It's him. And then he's like, oh, how did you do that? And then he steals her and brings her to the Fae realm. And she's like, I need to go back. I need to go back to the human world. My brother is there. He needs my help. I need to take care of him because they don't have parents. They're both orphaned. And so he's like, well, if you help me with your ability, because she can like talk to Quicksilver. That's how she ended up summoning the guy, if I recall correctly. And he's like, you have to help me make all of these things for the Fae warriors here. And when you've done that, I promise I will take you back to your brother. And so she's stuck in the Fae realm with this guy who does not treat her well. He's a bit of an ass. Yeah. But they're nice. I like them. This is definitely like classic romantasy. If you love Akotar and Fourth Wing, you're gonna love this one. Like, it's that kind of situation. So happy to have it. Then I also have Running Wild by K.A. Tucker, which is the third one in the Wild series. Although the first duology, there's a price tag on this. That's gonna bother me so much. The first duology is following one character. The third book here follows her friend, I think. I think it's her, but it might also not be. It could also be some other woman that I don't really know. So anyway, other than that, I don't really know what it's about. I just like the vibe of the first one. I'm struggling with the second one, but we'll see where this one goes. Because I did like the vibe of the first one. It kind of broke my heart a little bit. She says smiling because you love when books break your heart. I like to feel things when I read. It's fine. I dared get another cozy fantasy book with me, or I dared to get another one, and I brought it with me from Oslo as well. I think this is the last one of my Norway books. Yeah. So we have The House Witch by Emily Nikota. This I just kind of like got on a whim at the airport because I thought it looked cute. Like, doesn't it look adorable? You know? But I don't really fully know what it's about. I do think there's like a slight romance to it. But other than that, definitely like House Witch. My gosh! Okay, the letters are so tiny. Holy! Oh my gosh. It's gonna be fine. I am happy that my vision is 2020. Because, my goodness. But I will be sitting there with a lamp like, excuse me, I can't see anything. Good day to you then, Lady Janor. Finn didn't bother turning around to dismiss her. Who's Finlay Ashenwan? Joins the kitchen of the king and queen of Daxaria. He's an enigma, which suits Finn just fine. He's satisfied, simply serving as the royal cook, keeping nosy passers-by out of his kitchen and concocting some truly scrumptious meals. But Finn has a secret, one that may not stay hidden for long. And what is the secret? And who is the house witch? Is Finn the house witch? Is Finn a witch? I have questions. We'll get them answered when I start reading the book at some point. Wouldn't he be? Isn't there another word for witch? Wizard? The house wizard. Oh yeah, it has a longer title, by the way. It's like The House Witch and the Enchanting of the Hearth. And it's a small series as well, I think. So no idea if it's companion novels or if it's like a full-on series. I haven't looked that much into it. I just thought the cover looked super cute. So I was like, okay, I guess we're cover buying now. Then I have, listen. Okay, I've not read them yet. I have 2 copies of Onyx Store because of course I do. Who do you think I am? So, I have the Waterstones edition, which I ordered ages ago. And it arrived and it looks so bad. Like, the condition is not great, but we're just gonna ignore it. Yeah, Waterstones, as far as I've heard, are not super good at replacing damaged books and stuff, so I'm just not gonna bother, but it's not in the greatest condition. It's fine though, because the edges are fine and it looks nice next to my other two, also from Waterstones. And then I also have, and this was a whole thing, and I don't know if I've explained it already in another video, so I'm gonna do it again. Essentially, I had signed up for the deluxe edition, the one with these edges, the ombre gray swirly thing with the 5 dragons. I'd signed up for that one at the bookstore here in Denmark, or in my city. And they haven't had this edition, as far as I know, any other places in Denmark. I was told by the store that someone from like 2 hours away had also signed up for the book because they desperately wanted this copy, this edition of it. And so, you know, that's why I'm like, maybe they have it in like one other store in Copenhagen or something, but it's like, there would not be a lot of them in Denmark. So I signed up. Cool, everything was fine. And then, you know, whatever, the release date came and went. And I was not contacted by the store. I'd started school. I went by every time I went home from school. I would go by the bookstore to check if they'd gotten them without, like, maybe they messed up my number or something, even though I was the one who wrote the formula. But maybe I messed up my number. Maybe they couldn't read my letters and numbers and stuff. I don't know. So I kept going by the store and like, they never had it. And I asked them at some point at the store, so what's going on with the deluxe editions of Onyx Storm? And they were like, well, we don't actually know. All we know is that we went from an order of 100 books down to 50, which is not a lot of books. And you could clearly tell as well when talking to them that they were stressing out about it. And so I was like, okay, I guess I'll just wait. And I was on the wait list, so it's gonna be fine. Then my dear friend Kim was like, you know what, they have 3 of them at my bookstore. I can buy one and have it sent to you. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Thank you. Literally an hour after she wrote, I have sent it off to you. Let me know when it arrives. They called from the bookstore and they were like, oh, so we finally got the deluxe edition of Onyx Storm in. We only have 20, or no, that's not what it said at first. If you want your copy, come by as soon as possible and we'll have it for you. And I'm like, you know what? I just had a Dutch friend help me send it to me. So you can pass on the copy to the next person. And she was like, oh gosh, that is so nice of you, because we actually only ended up getting 20 copies and there's way too many people on the wait list for it, so someone's gonna end up really happy. And I'm like, yes, I think that's the right choice. So I do have it now. It took a little bit of help. Ended up costing the same because books in Denmark are expensive. So thank you again to Kim for helping me out with this one. I'm so happy that I have it. And I will not talk about what Fourth Wing is about, because we've talked about that so much. We talked about it so much on the channel already. They do look different. I had never noticed, but they do look different. It's not like a whole lot, but it is a little bit. Ah, okay. Have I read it yet? Nope. Will I? Yes. Am I nervous? Also yes. Moving on, we have Cruel is the Light from Fairy Loot, and this is by Sophie Clark. I forgot to say that Onyx Storm is by Rebecca Yarros, by the way. Anyway, so this is from January. I always have these in the books, in the Fairy Loot books. Don't really know why, but I do. This was their YA book and redesigned cover. We have edges as well, top, bottom as well, and it also comes with end pages that look cute, along with in the back as well. Plus, it also has stunning art on the naked cover with foil too. So it's a beautiful copy. I am seeing some bad reviews on it, so we'll see if I hold on to it, because YA books are generally not really my thing these days. And the book has to be really, really good for me to be like, okay, we'll give it a go. But I'll hold on to it for a little bit and see what happens with the reviews and stuff. I don't fully remember what this is about. A brutal war between demons and humanity has raged across Europe for over a century. At its heart are 2 elite soldiers, Celine Aliva, a powerful exorcist trained at the prestigious Vatican Academy, and foot soldier Jules, the Cla, unrivaled in battle. When their paths cross despite initial distrust, then unwelcome attraction, Jules and Celine discover a terrible secret at the heart of the Holy Vatican City. Soon, Jules is forced to question everything he's ever known, including himself, and Celine, unable to ignore her growing feelings for Jules, must make an impossible choice between love and duty. They say love conquers all, but can love win in a war between demons and exorcists? Or will it just tear them apart? The thing is, like, I like the premise of it, but, like, we'll see. We'll see. We do love a little bit of demons in our books, don't we? We have Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross, which was the secondary pick for February, I think. I bought this used. I love buying used hardcovers if you can get them in good condition. I ordered them from a store in Germany that I can't remember what's called at the moment. Sorry. But I did get further than page 14, I just want to say. I did, because I also found out that it's on KU. I didn't get very far though. I think I got sidetracked by another book. And I cannot remember what this book is about at all. Not even a little bit. Three sisters, I think. Though Halcyon's life is spared during her trial, the punishment is heavy. Alright, one of the sisters is run off at the start of the book, and I'm guessing she gets caught. And her punishment is 5 years working in the quarry, 5 years imprisoned, and 5 years serving the house she has wronged. Who has she wronged? Oh, but then one of the sisters volunteers to do the stuff for the house that she's wronged. So we basically follow the at least two of the sisters while, you know, this stuff is happening. I have read good things about it. I'm just not in my YA phase, and that's basically why it's taking me so long to read it. So I don't know, but I'll read it at some point because Rebecca Ross, we trust in Rebecca Ross. I'm looking forward to her newest book so much, by the way. What's it called? Reverence, I think. Looking forward to it. Then we have D-Bend by Ali Hazelwood, which I've already read and I loved it. Contemporary romance. We follow two college students / elite sports people that end up entering a BDSM deal, but it's like more than that. It's very surface level. Okay, I loved it. I loved it a bit. The feelings, the tension. Okay, the smut a little bit as well. And just the, like, how do we deal with our, not flaws, but our problems? Yes. How do we deal with our problems and trauma and difficulties in life? I loved it. Ali Hazelwood can do no wrong. I have First Time Caller by B.K. Borison, which also came out. Not recently, actually. It came out in February. Time flies by. I can't keep track anymore. If I recall correctly, this is about this guy who has like a radio program that he's getting kind of tired of, and then she calls in and their call goes viral, and basically it becomes like I think it becomes more of like a thing with the two of them, that she kind of revisits the show. Maybe they turn it into a whole thing, and then they start, like, you know, it's a romance. 2 + 2. Yes. Oh, she's calling in for dating advice for her mother. That's cute. Anyway, but yeah, they start a thing. Or at least they start growing feelings for each other, as I think they work together a little bit more often because the show turned so popular. So we have The Rose Bargain as well by Sasha Payton Smith, which is also the Fairy Loot edition, by the way. Completely redesigned cover. I love this edition so much. Like, isn't it just aesthetically pleasing? It's so pink. I love pink books. This was the February YA book. I love pink books. Can I tell you what this is about? No, not exactly. Fae bargains. Something about a missing sister, I think? Yes. Or a sister who disappeared and then came back, and something's like off about her. So she enters a deal, our lead girl, in search of answers on what happened to her sister. It's freaking adorable. Like, adorable. It's just so cute. Can you do like this? I know there's a spine in the middle, but can you do like this? Oh my goodness, you can. It's so cute. Okay. And then edges look like this. Yep, I know what you're thinking, and I agree. It's amazing. This is supposedly really good, so I'm hoping that once I read it, I will agree. But we'll see. We have a few more books. We have another Fairy Loot edition, which is the Romantasy for February, I think. Iron and Embers by Helen Shira. I don't know how to pronounce names. This is the first one in, I believe, a trilogy or something. I think as well, what is it? This takes place in the same universe as one of her previous series does. An assassin seeking vengeance is drawn into a deadly competition at an ancient academy to stop a dark magic threatening the realm. As she competes in a brutal series of trials, she must confront dangerous rivals, uncover hidden truths, and navigate a fraught partnership with a war hero she once betrayed. It's a redesigned cover. I still don't like this cover. It has not grown on me. I still don't like it. It's fine. But look at her. She's so cute. This has to be my aesthetic. It's so not, but I really want this to be my aesthetic. It's just so not okay, but like, she's so cute. The edges are purple and flowery. The end pages are cute and foiled, and they're also different in the back. We got a little bit of foil over here as well. So cute. But I don't know. I think maybe the cover should have been a little bit, it's very cute. It's all very cute, but I don't think that's necessarily the vibe of the book. And that's where I think there's a disconnect. But I don't know yet because I have not read it. From what I've heard. Anyway. But yeah, Iron and Embers. The Sweetest Poison. We also have one that I've actually already read as well. I had an arc of this, The Songbird and the Heart of Stone by Rosa, which is the first one in the second duology in the series Crowns of Nyaxia. Are you confused? Let me explain, just in case. So she has a series called Crowns of Nyaxia, possibly, where it's like, it's a set of 3 duologies. So the first one is The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and then the sequel to that one is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. This is the first duology. The second duology follows a character that you meet in The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I think she's in the second one as well. Her name is Misha, and there's the sequel to this book coming out, which is called The Fallen and the Kiss of Dusk, I think. So that's her story. I don't know who the third trilogy is about, but as far as I remember, there's going to be a duology. As far as I remember, there's going to be a third duology. There's a couple books in between as well. Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I think I have an arc of that one as well, actually. And then also 6 Scorched Roses, but those are separate. They're in the same universe, separate from the 2 duologies though. But you do meet some of the characters in these books. So technically the third book in a series, but the first one in the second duology. If you're still confused, feel free to leave a question down below. But yeah, first one of Misha's books. It was cute. I don't remember if I've talked about it on the channel already. If I haven't, I'll save that for a wrap up. I got the one with the arrow. I have the sprayed edges, the digitally printed edges. They called it sprayed at the store, and I'm like, I don't want to correct you because you seem nice. But technically digitally printed. And it also has very, very cute cover art. So this goes with the traditionally published books. I do have the first duology as well in the indie published, but I don't think, if I recall correctly, if I remember, there's no indie published versions of Misha's books. It's just the first duology. So, but yeah, I've had my eyes on this since it came out in November, and then I went by the bookshop and they had a couple of them still there. The top one had a completely straight arrow. The rest were wonky. So I'm like, this one is coming home with me right now because I am not risking getting a wonky arrow. I want a straight one. So she's here. I will not tell you what it's about because it's the third one in a series, but it's a nice romantasy series. If you'd like to check out some romantasy series, I would definitely recommend Rosa books. I also got Wild Side, which I'm reading at the moment, and this is the third one in Elsie Silver's Rose Hill series. They're all called something with wild love, Wild Eyes, and Wild Side, and then the fourth and final book is going to be called Wild Card. I don't know when that's out, possibly this year at some point. I feel like she just like churns out books like a machine. It's crazy. I appreciate it. Thank you for the entertainment. I'm really enjoying this book. It's a bit of a difficult one to... We follow our lead girl and lead guy. So our lead girl's sister has passed under... It's not a mystery book, but like the circumstances around her death are a little bit foggy. Like we don't really fully know until like at this point that I'm at, I still don't fully know. And she has left behind she's left behind with her passing an orphaned son, to my knowledge orphaned, but I also don't know. Anyway. And so the thing is though, her sister is Tabitha, is very like, we have to keep Milo, the son, with her family, which is up here in Canada. And then we have Reese, who's American. And he's just kind of like vacationing in Canada now and then, but like he stays there for long spans of time because he's able to, because of what he does, which I'm not going to tell you. But you might be able to spot it if you look at the cover. I just hadn't noticed, okay? So anyway, the problem is he's American. Okay. Oh, actually, he's on the will. And Milo is supposed to, according to the dead sister, Milo is supposed to stay with Reese because Erica, the dead sister, trusted Reese so much with him and saw that he's doing so much good for Milo that she's like, he belongs with him. And Tabitha's like, no, he belongs with me and our parents. So they have a little bit like it's not an easy friendship between the two, or a partnership, companionship, or anything really. They're butting heads a lot and still trying to make it work. Like, make it not be nice and cordial to each other, because really the most important piece in this puzzle is Milo. How do we make everything good for Milo? And so Reese is like, he can stay here then, but unfortunately, he's from the US. And so at some point he can't really stay in Canada anymore because his visa has run out. And so he's like, you know what? We'll solve it so I don't have to take Milo with me to Florida. We could get married. And so they end up getting, there's a marriage of convenience in this book. And it's fun. I like it. Does it actually say what he does on the back? No, it doesn't. But that was before I knew the man behind the mask. I think it's fun. I like this book. Reese has come across as very grumpy in the other, at least the second book. And I like him a lot more now. I just want to say, like, he seemed like, okay, he's a man of few words, but he talks a lot more. And it makes sense that he doesn't talk a whole lot in like public and stuff. Like, I like him better now. Then lastly, I have 3 books from the same series because I was on a mission to get these as the as the old cover, as the old copies, because I don't like the new covers. I think they're boring. I think they lack character. These are not pretty. I actually like don't really like them, but they have so much more character than the new ones, and so I'd rather have these ones. Like, these are unique. Special. So these are book 2, 3, and 4 in the Magnolia Parks series by Jessa Hastings. And so I have 1 to 4. My mom is bringing home 5 from Norway. She's already gotten it covered. We're all good. I have the entire series. I have not read any of them, but like out of desperation, I'm just like, I just need them. I'm expecting chaotic. I'm expecting toxicity. I'm expecting probably problems a lot. And as long as it delivers a little bit on either of those, I'm gonna be good with the series. It's just entertainment. And if not, then I'm gonna pass it on to someone who's gonna appreciate the old covers a lot more than the new ones. They're so boring. It's just like shoes. I don't know. Whenever I look at them, I think of Confessions of a Shopaholic, but like I haven't even read that book. I love the movie though, but like I wouldn't read the book. I feel very rude saying that. I don't know. They just don't tell me, like, they give nothing. I'm sorry. No offense to the artist behind those covers. I just prefer these ones. These at least give, like, there's something weird with this series. You know what I mean? It's actually funny, like, I was not interested in this series at all up until I learned that they were redoing the covers, and suddenly I'm like, oh, so these are going away at some point? No. We're getting them. But yeah, we'll see if I like it, and if not, that's okay. Oh, it actually says Daisy Hates on there, because it's like, it's 2 characters. I think it's a series and not companion novels. So you follow Magnolia and Daisy, and then they're guys, I suppose. This is the first one? Yes. To my grandma. No guns at the dinner table. Oh, okay. What? No guns at the dinner table. That's my one rule. Call me old-fashioned. I don't know. I just don't. Who's Daisy? Is it the mom? Are you a mother? All 20-year-old Daisy Hates. Oh, maybe not. She's cooking them a big brisket. Is that something 20-year-olds do? I have so many questions already. What? I feel like I should not be reading this because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get a spoiler at some point. Anyway, so book 1 to 4 are in my collection now. And that is it for this book haul. I'm gonna stop talking now because there's people, like, I hear a lot of noise around me. I don't think the microphone is picking up on it, but wow. There's so much going on right now. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this book haul. Again, all of the books are linked in the description box down below. If you want to go check them out, feel free to. If you don't, I am happy that my summaries worked for you. Anyway, but yeah, if you've read any of the books and you want to share your thoughts on them down below, whether it's positive or negative, feel free to share them. And I believe that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this from me, but also all the other booktube stuff, definitely consider sticking around by clicking on the subscribe button. However, I'm gonna leave you to it now. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.